Okay, welcome back. I've just made a cup of tea, which I'm going to be sipping on occasionally, and had a piece of my wife's homemade Christmas cake, so that was nice. So what I'm going to do this time is when you let me just run the game. Okay. When you go off the bottom of the screen, it doesn't do anything, but it needs to load the next screen in. Okay. So first I'm going to use the level editor. I'm just going to make a sort of screen down here. I'm sure there's some way you can show a grid on this, like which fits the screen size, but I can't see it at the moment. Oh, there. Okay, you hold down space. So each of those squares is like a quarter of a screen. So you need four of them. So I'm just going to make a sort of level down here. So I right click on the tile I want to add in. Let's just scroll a bit more. Okay. Yeah, that's the bottom. I'm just filling in the edges first so I can see where it is. In fact, this is all I need to at least test going off the screen and showing you a new level. So it's going to be a kind of a boring room at the moment, but you get the idea. Oh, and I think I need something across there as well. Okay. So the first thing is, I guess, I need a sort of room variable. I've got to figure this out actually. So the mapping, we can have all of these screens going across and two down, but the bottom half of the map apparently is shared with the banks 2 and 3 of the sprites. So that's a bit of a problem. If I want to have loads of sprites, I can't have a very big map, or vice versa, right? So for now anyway, I'm just going to stick to sort of adding in the top two. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screens across, 2 down, so 16. Oh shit, sorry, excuse my language. I didn't mean to do that. I just drew on the map. So I think I need to have a number which defines which room I'm in, and I'm going to go with 0 based numbers. So 0 will be this one, and as it goes across it will go up to 7, and this one here will be 8, and so on. So you'll be able to tell which y coordinate the room is by dividing by 8. So let's go here. So I need a room variable, which I'm going to stick at the top of the player class. This is like player and key game variables, I guess. Oh, I could put it within the player. I don't know. I guess it's valid, but you know what? It's just easier to make it global. So room equals 0. That's the starting room. And when you go down, as I said, it's going to go up to 8. But I need to handle that in the code here. So I've got a bounds check at the moment. It says if you go off the screen then stay on the screen, but actually I'm going to change this to if you drop off the screen then load up another screen. So 120 is it's the top minus the player. So I'm going to do 128 is the size of the screen in Pico-8. 128 minus player.height. That's really specific, whereas 120 was just a magic number. Now I don't want to fix it though, I want to load in the new room. So I'm being Skyped by Cliff to see if he wants to play Battlefield later. Yes, I do. Okay. So I've got a limited time for this stream, so we'll see what we can get done. So if it does that, then I want to do room plus equals 8, if you recall, which it means it goes down a row. And then what? I'm probably going to have to set the player Y to be 0, and I need to kill out all of the enemies off the current screen. Yeah. This is a good thought here actually. When you go off and on a screen, do all the enemies come back to life? That's the easiest way to do it. Or do the enemies stay where they were, or and stay dead if they need to stay dead. I mean, that's more advanced and obviously better. Sorry, just drinking my tea there. Vital supplies. So yeah, that's obviously better, but it's a bit more work for now. I might do that later. For now, I'm just gonna kill off the enemies. So I'd like to know properly how to clear. I wonder if I can just do. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm not going to adjust anything yet, well, the player wise, so we can see what's happening. If I just go sprites equals that, does that kill them all off? A sprite, I think it's called. Let's just see. No, it didn't. Also, my Y didn't reset, so something's gone wrong anyway. If player.y is greater than, oops, or equal to, that'd be Y. So I disappeared, which meant that, yeah, I've been put in a wall. But it didn't kill the enemies off, so that did not clear this. I thought it might. What if I set it to nil? Nil is a value. Nil is a value in Lua. No, nothing. So they're still there. That's interesting. I'm going to just have to check the reference then. Bear with me. I know there's a del command which deletes a single value from a list. I just don't know how to clear the list. This is ridiculous. There must be some, like a clear would be really good. I mean, I can do a for loop, but that just seems weird. I mean, I'll try it. This is my crap method until I find out a better one. This is copied from the doc. So for S in all sprite, do what I want to do. Del, which means delete something from a table. The table name sprite, comma S. So that will clear it. So that will clear the whole table. I don't really want that in there. I want to make a function. Clear sprites. Let's plonk it at the bottom of this. Clear sprites. There we go. Let's run it. So when we get to the bottom, it didn't bloody work, did it? That's weird. Player Y is being set. Clear sprites. I hope it's the same sprite there, which is global. It should be. No, there's no global keyword. What have I done then? For S is in all sprite do. That should be it. I figure if I delete them, they won't be seen anymore. Let's just set my debug value. Debug 1 equals 1. Just to check we're getting here. We are. Okay. So maybe we can try checking that S has got something. Debug 1 equals s.id, so it should tell me the ID number of the first sprite. Of course, I know what it is. The reason I disappeared as the player is because the player is stored in sprites, and flipping enemies, I might as well leave that function there because it totally works. Enemies are stored in a list called enemies. This is just me being a complete doofus. So let's get that end back up. That's clear sprites. Fine, no problem. We're also going to have to do other stuff like clear the bullets because we don't want them to exist when you switch screen. Clear bullets, so I'll just stick in bullet and again, and then clear enemies. It's a list called enemy. Enemy. Okay. Enemies. Clear enemies. Let's go back to the collision. Where was it? Bounce check. Here we go. Clear enemies. I can do this room thing, so we're not actually using that yet. Let's try now. Yes, it works. And the player's at the top. Okay, we just need to draw the new room now. God, I hope I hit record. Yes, I did. Okay. I've got to have another tea break. Hang on. I hope you didn't hear me slurping. Right. So when I draw the room, let's see where I draw that. In the main code, draw, I call map. Okay, yeah, so 0, 0. These are the first top two coordinates, I think. I'm going to look up the keyword here again in a text document. Map. A selection of the map in cells. Yeah, so I don't want to change the... What is the width and height? Yeah. I want to change the starting coordinates, so I want okay. I'm going to make a new function. Draw map, or draw room, we'll call it. It's more accurate. I'll go past the default functions and put it down here. Draw, room, end. So we want this, but we need to work a few things out. Local starting x, local y. So the y is going to be floor, this rounds integers down, of room over 8. And the x is actually going to be the remainder. I think there probably is a modulo for this, but I always hate having to look up how those work. I forget. So local x is if I do this, right, room, which could be somewhere over 8, room minus y, that will give me the remainder, and that's the x coordinate. Simple as that, really. So x comma y. God, I wonder if this will work. Let's try. Drew the first room, that's a good sign. And yeah, it sort of did something, not the right thing. So let's just see what it's done. It's gone and... Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got the correct room number, but I have to multiply these now by 16, basically. In fact, I'm going to stick debug x. We should get room 8 divided by 8, well, it should be y should be 1 and x should be 0. Oh no, I've totally messed this up, haven't I? Christ, that's wrong. Yeah, room times 8. So the remainder is y minus room times 8. No, this is messed up. Room minus y times 8. Sorry folks. Yeah, so the room is the biggest number. Take off the y value, which I've already floored, but multiplied by backup gives me the remainder. I need to put a bit of a comment on there. There are 8 rooms across. Yeah, that's fine. That will remind me. Let's have another go. Correct, it works. Now, why am I stuck there? Should be moving. Okay, shit. Sorry, swearing again. I know why, because all of my collision... Right, I've made the room draw, great, but all the collision stuff hasn't been sorted yet. So, here we go. Was this it? No, here. Nope. General functions. I wish I could move this tab. I want this to be the end tab now. Can I? Drag it? No. Oh well. I guess I can copy and paste. Because I want main code, sprite class, probably, well, player. I don't want general functions there. Particles, enemies. I'm just going to move my tabs around. Sorry everyone. I'm fussy like this. I'll make a spare one as my placeholder, so I'll save it. So where do I want my general functions? After the basic thing here, I think. Yeah. So I want to put them on. I want to shift 1 and 2 across basically. So I'll get 3, put it on the spare tab. 2 can go to 3. 1 can go to 2. 6 can go to 1. So we should have general, sprite, players and bullets. Yeah, check it runs. It does. Oh, these files actually tabs get added together into the single file in this order. So it's possible that shifting them around could alter some kind of creation, order of creation, but I don't think it's too bad. So yeah, I want to get particles on. I just want to swap particles to the end. Get the enemies, stick them on this one. Get particles, stick them on that one. So what have I got? Main, general function, sprite, player, enemies, particles. It's more logical to me now. I didn't plan this out when I started, so okay, sorry, that might have been a bit boring. Right. General functions. So these general functions don't take into account the room yet. So I need to sort out some stuff with the map. Okay, so what's important here is I need to use that sort of, I need to modify X and Y pretty much as I've done down here, because these are the base levels. So I think these probably need to be a function. Now I'm looking at it, I think, yeah, okay. Where can I put those? Yeah, I'll put them in here. Yeah. So I'm going to make a couple of functions. Get room X end. So I want to get this bit of code in. I can't return 2 values, so I think I have to calculate. Maybe I could just make them global. Get room chords is a bit naughty. No, I won't bother. Get room X. So Y is room blah blah blah, and then we're just going to return the remainder. Yep. Oh, we want to multiply it by 16. I will do this for clarity. Return x times 16. Then copy that. Get room y. We don't need to know about the x, so we just do y times 16. Get room x and y. So if I kill this out, I should be able to say get room x and get room y. You'll see why I need this in a minute. Yeah, that works. Okay, so for this is the map square solid. This is where I need to modify x and y now, because I'm passing in a thing for the current screen, coordinate for the current screen. This, in fact, there's some weird code here which, yeah, if it's off the current screen, it just says it's solid. Here we go, get. So we need to do, yeah, get room x plus x. Get room y plus y. So this will get the correct area of memory, and I actually need to do the same thing down here for pixels. Yeah. I just remembered that I made the bullet I made. I think I'm only testing the end of it when it collides. Let me just go and have a look. Players. Move player. Yeah, bullets versus enemies is using this old collision code. And I think it is just using a single point on the end of it. And bullets versus scenery, where's that? Oh, here we go. Pixel solid. Yeah. So ideally, I might want to make the bullets bigger than a single pixel, so I'm going to add that to my polish. Make the bullet collision bigger than a pixel. You know, like a line at least. Especially later on, as I might actually have larger bullets, or you know, bullets. Yeah, I might have just large or different shaped bullets. Let's save that. Okay, so I need to test whether this collision works. The collision code I just did. This stuff. Oh, I guess that's a no. Because I just fell through the floor. Something wrong then. So, oh yeah, and I am using Pixel Solid to detect that, I think. Yeah. Oh, mget mass map get. I mean, it should work. Okay, well let's look at what the values are. So debug 1 is get room x. Just see what that returns. 0, which is correct. Get room y is also returning 0. So nothing about this has really altered. I've just said, oh, I copy pasted in, and that was my mistake, because this needs to say map x and that needs to say map y. So many human errors. Okay, so that works. Sprite's collision wasn't related to this anyway, so the collision detection is working. I'm pressing into all these walls. The bullets explode on the walls. I considered making a small sound for the bullets hitting the wall, but it's probably a bit overkill. Don't really need it. Okay, so down there, and now collision should be working in this room. Yeah. Look at that. rules of programming. Okay, so let's just go back to my list. That is ability to show another screen. True, that works. Let's do other directions. So make a hole in this wall. That's fine. I think actually I don't know how copying and pasting works in this. It's really weird. I hit copy. It says it's copied 16 cells. Then I want to paste what there. Let's click. I hit paste and like nothing happens. It's really weird. So, or maybe I highlight the same area. I hit paste, nothing happens. So because I want to copy that room. Copy. Oh yeah, stamp. That's it. I remember now. That's it. Got it. Brilliant. So I think I need to zoom in a bit and fix these walls. I need to get back onto this mode. And then, well actually I'm going to need a gap there to test going up. And a gap here. Whoops. There. Zoom out a bit. Probably should fill this one in. Yeah. Okay, so we've got all four directions there to test. So let's go back to the player class. This is the player class, and modify the collision. Sort of bounds checking code. I'm going to put and change rooms. That's fine, so we've done that one. So if the player is less than or equal to 0, I don't need to know about the height because the coordinates from the sprites from the top left. Room minus equals 8 because we're going up. Player y equals 1 to 8 minus player height. Clear the enemies. I might have to do more stuff when swapping rooms, and I'll change clear enemies to a different function and call that from within it. So let's deal with the X cases. In fact, I'll just copy this one for the X. So player X, if it's greater than that minus the width, room plus just 1 goes across it, and then the player X gets reset. If the X is less than 0, then room minus 1, and then player X minus player width. That's it. Done. Pretty easy, right? So, oh, it didn't work. Oh, I know why. The ham. Okay, so yeah, I can't put you at 0 when you go off the screen because you'll be on the next screen at the point where it joins you up. So I'm going to have to go. Yeah, it's basically flipping between the two screens rapidly. So I'm going to have to say player Y is player height, probably. We'll do that times 2 player width times 2. So I'm going to have to put the player slightly away from the edge when you swap. That's bad actually on this level design because you're going to come back and hit that enemy. Yeah, it works. Oh, the enemies don't come back. Haha. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, but look, I can fly between all of the rooms. It works. I wonder if I can maybe put the player not so far out. Let's just do a small amount, like 4 or something. And then minus 4. I don't like having magic numbers, so put buffer in there, minus buffer. Okay, so the other problem then is I I correctly predicted I'm going to need a different function. So I'm going to have a thing called init room. Okay, and I'm going to use that instead of clear enemies. You'll see why in a minute. Where is my room code? I've got a bit of it there. Draw room. Yeah, let's put it in here. Function init room, and well, we know we need to call clear enemies, so we'll do that first, and then we actually want to make the enemies again. This up here should have init room. Yeah, we'll make the enemies again. So what should happen at the moment is you go off, they disappear. Okay, it's making them for every room. Yeah, that's something. What's wrong with that? Attempt to perform buffer. Okay. This is just me messing up. Okay. Fine. So when I create the enemies, I'm very I'm getting more messages about Battlefield. Okay. When I create enemies, I'm just creating them, but what I really need is an if statement, or better still later on, some kind of array and data structure, right? There's a much cleverer ways to do this than the way I'm going to do this, so this is the bad way. If room equals 0, then create this lot, basically, and stick an else down here and an end. Else if room equals 8, which is the one further down, let's just chuck an enemy in there for now, anywhere, and have a look. Didn't like that. What's the matter? Equals, that's why, the old classic. Okay. Didn't like that. What's the matter? Then, okay. So if I go off the bottom, we should see a different batch of enemies. Yeah, and if I go back, that should come back. Yeah. So even if you kill them, they will come back. Now this is definitely risky flying up here. I don't know, this is sort of unfair on the player, because if you pop up here, you die. So I should probably remake that part of the level, but I don't see many players going back, to be honest. It's the sort of thing I can move on from. Anyway, that all works. Good. And I think I'll end it there. Let's just do a quick check of the to-do list. See what we can do next time. Ability to show another screen. Done. Oh, add a game over screen. Yeah, maybe an exit that wins the game. So this sort of new code I've got to have a think about how to show a screen that's not the game screen, that needs some kind of input, because at the moment when you die it just resets the game, which isn't bad actually. I could leave that, and an end. Maybe I'll do the exit first. I also want to sort of create some more level layouts just for fun. Create more rooms, though it'd be better if I had more enemies and different things to do and power-ups and all that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, that will do for now. I'll stop it here. Thanks for watching. Bye.